All right, everyone, welcome to the 9th episode of Resident Evil Resistance Interviews. Tonight we have Scooby Gamer, also known as Scooby. What's up, Scooby?
Hey, Ether.
All right, Scooby, first question is, where the hell is Latios and what have you done with him?
He stopped playing the game. I don't think he's gonna come back, but that's really it.
All right, the real first question is, who is your main survivor and main mastermind and why?
I would say I main two survivors. It's Jan and Jill, because they can deal with cameras, but more so Jill, because I played Jill since the beginning of the game. She was my first main character, because of her dodging. It was really fun. But that stuff, like her rocket launcher, it was like OP with mixtapes. Uh, And then later on, when I became a cam sniffer, I started playing Jan because she was more useful in teams and stuff. That's what I thought at the time. And then I started learning stuff about farming cameras as masterminding to buy weapons and stuff. That was fun. And then I also made Jill, and then I started using a camera damage build and then eventually I was USB Jill. That's really fun because you can dodge air cannons, rocket launchers, even speedrun Jill. I use that, but that's kind of a meme. And then even you can dodge bull rushes, everything. Something I found fun. And then cameras, yeah, that's one of my favorite things to do. Farm cameras, make the mastermind not play the game, and make their life a living hell. And that I also, for Jan, I also main Jan because I can be a step ahead of the mastermind, and that's fun for me. And it's I try to think about their plans and stuff. And for yeah, I just find both of them really fun, in how they play. So I would say I made them. And then for mastermind, I made Nikolai because he's OP.
All right, now, once RA3 dropped, what brought you to Resistance, Scooby? And did you play the beta?
I did play the beta. I saw RE3 come out, and I thought it looked interesting. I also saw a multiplayer game, and I thought that was cool. So I played the beta, and it seemed pretty fun. So I got the game, and when I started playing this game, I liked it, and I played it for a month, and it wasn't that good in the first month or anything, but I was pretty and then I got I quit it for a month after, probably because it was kind of stupid and solo queue. But I came back, and over time it was just I found it. I became addicted to it, and now I'm still playing it.
Now, in your opinion, what is the best squad of characters to have for a team?
I would say the best squad of characters is the Alpha Squad, otherwise known as Val, Jan, Tyrone, and Jill. But I think that the damage dealer should be Tyrone, and the USB user should be Jill. And because damn it, the reason why that squad is just so good is Val, obviously, healing spray. She has creature scan, which helps against all the creature builds. You should always be running that. Then her other skills vaccine, it makes, if you're a good team, it makes infection Alex basically a meme. You can even beat it with yellow boost, but that makes it quite annoying. And then surplus is OP, but nullify is probably the better choice because the trap Alex is, and that basically disables it. And then Jan and Jill against trap Alex, that completely disables her ability to play. Plus nullify, it's basically easy unless you're facing a 10 out of 10 trap Alex. Plus Jan and Jill on every build in the game, it just unless it's buffing it basically just makes the mastermind not able to play. And I feel that squad can really deal with everything in the game. Even with damage Tyrone plus hot dogger, you can always beat a net if you play it right. And yeah.
Is there anyone in particular, Scoopy, that inspired you to be better at Resistance and improve or change your style?
Well, I started trying to get better about a year and a half ago. And the first people that I guess I saw that made me want to get good and stuff was definitely all the teams that played the game. They're interesting to watch. And then like even like Dom, like he was the reason why I started like main Jan too, because when I saw him play, he was really good at Jan, and that was interesting to watch, and I wanted to like become like that. And then even like PC speedrun chill like Spooky slash Tunafist at Twitch, like watching him dodge all the stuff on like Twitch was really cool to watch, and I wanted to do that. So, but yeah, that's why like I wanted to get better, like seeing all those like people like do all this stuff. Plus like searching for like even like glitches in the game, like glitch hacking. Yeah, I search for glitch hacks, and that's what I do sometimes. And then yeah, I that's why I wanted to become better and stuff. And the game was really interesting to me.
Now, do you play this game casually or competitively? Sweat or non-meta?
I would say I play this game as pretty sweaty. I do like doing a lot of customs. I like fighting Lin Kuei. I try to like do well with like meta builds, like if facing teams as Mastermind, or like I play all the meta builds, but I'm not. I do play meme builds sometimes, so I'm not always constantly like trying to like run a sweat build. Like I'll play Mastermind with the meme build, or I'll go play Speedrun Jill or like Malware Gen once in a while, but I rarely ever. Or like I'll change it up. Not like I'm not, but I would say I'm a competitive player.
Have you ever felt the game is too one-sided, more in favor of Survivor or more in favor of Mastermind?
I think that's a really difficult like question like overall because there's so much things that like not make this game hard to like balance and stuff. Like for example, like Buffanet and like that's like a weak build against teams like even creatures in general. Like those will get if you're really like those can't really like beat a really good team. But let's go over to like Nikolai and Terminal Spencer on Bemusement. That's broken as fuck. Like if you actually play that completely right, you honestly probably can't even lose sometimes. Like Lin on Bemusement, or like let's say there was a god tier Terminal Spencer. Like if you face a Terminal Spencer on Bemusement who didn't feed any time, you can't win. So there's a lot of, and then also like both sides they have like their own glitches, like hacking through walls and stuff. And then even like masterminds, they can place stuff through walls and like specific spots, and those like shoot through walls. And then that's like also makes the game like unbalanced. And then also like survivors have really stupid equipment like that can make like first aids are kind of OP, but they're also like you need them. And Jan and Jill, that's kind of stupid, but I think in the current meta of the game, like need that. And then I think overall the game is just hard to balance because there's some builds that like if you like claim equipment, like let's say USB, that's like kind of OP, but if you don't have it like completely, you lose the terminal sponsor no matter what. And then yeah, on like both sides, there's definitely overpowering stuff, and it just makes that hard to balance out. Because if you remove something, it could make like something broken, or if you were to add like if you try to fix something, it could like make it so that you like don't have enough of something to like effectively do something like against a mastermind or a survivor build or a team.
What's your best memory of this game, Scooby, and who were you with when it happened?
Um, I don't know, but I guess in recent memory or like I've had like fun games like a long time ago, like in the beginning of the game, but I can't really remember that too much. But I do remember it. But I guess well back then, months and months ago in like September of 2020, I go into the into a match with ex IDK in Sims, and we see Lin Kuei on Bemusement, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Why are we getting this in quick match for no reason? Like, what? We're gonna lose now. But the most astonishing thing ever happened. That wasn't even on comms or Sims. Didn't have a mic. We somehow beat him, and I was just so surprised. And that's something I'll always remember as an achievement. But and then in recent memory, another funny thing that happened recently is when we full countered Lin Kuei, and that was malware, high cal, and ESGN. That was very, very fun and we were all laughing and partying. And then we got ourselves blocked.
All right, now, what are your thoughts on the Resistance community as of right now? And Scooby, are you guilty of duping?
Well, I'll go for the Resistance community first. So I think there's good people in the community. Some people are just dumb as fuck, but a lot of people, they're just overall they're just okay, and some they're fun to play with, and I don't have a problem with. But then there's some players that are just completely dumb. Like recently, I had a match against Joffrey's Infection Alex, and he posted it, but instead everyone in chat, his comments are just yeah, our teammate Uzu was lagging, and everyone is just oh, lag's an excuse. Those people are just retarded. But overall, the community is a double-edged sword, because there's some people that are just so dumb, but then there's other people that are not, just completely stupid. And then as for the question, am I guilty of duping? Yes, I'm guilty. But it happened. I stopped doing it a long time ago, and the only time I would ever seriously do it was against Terminal Spencer and Solo Q, which in my opinion is fair. You can't tell me otherwise. Maybe I can understand why you think that's a wrong thing to do, but it's a build that breaks the game in Solo Queue. Even if you're a team with no USB, it's your fault for forgetting it. I see that now. But in Solo Queue, are you just supposed to suffer? You could just quit. Yeah, that's another thing. But there's nothing you can't run USB in Solo Queue. No one can do that, and then it's basically an unbeatable build. So yeah, I wouldn't ever dupe again, and I don't ever dupe to anything else. But as Terminal Spencer and Solo Q, yes, I used to dupe keys, and I'm not sorry for it.
All right, now, Scooby, how would you change the meta of this game? What would you add or remove from it? Stronger creatures, whatever you think, man.
I think that the gun builds and stuff, they need some nerfs. Nikolai shields and stuff. Even the maps, some maps are stupid. Downtown research facility, I've always found those real kind of unbalanced. In terms of survivors, it's too small and survivors can just run through it. But let's go over to Bemusement. That map is stupid. I can win on Bemusement against a full team in Area 2 that a team would have escaped me, even on Uptown. So I find that map really stupid. And then as for changes, I would probably buff and nerf some stuff in the game. There's a lot of stuff I could change, but it's a lot of stuff to cover. So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
All right, last question. It's just for fun, Scooby. In your opinion, which player was the best with that particular survivor? So we'll start with Best Valerie. In your opinion.
The best Valerie I've probably played with is Ren. He always is good at shooting. He does his job well. He shoots traps very well. He always is good against Faction Alex. He's the one only Valerie I can really rely on to beat Infection Alex with yellow boost, on Bemusement. We did a custom against a sweaty Infection Alex, and X was the Alex, and he's the only guy I can really rely on for that. And then he's also really good with vaccine and using the sprays when he needs to. We always have a good economy when we're with him, because he picks up the credits. Pretty overall he does everything well. So I would say he's the best Val. And there's other Vals too. I don't do everything based on shooting traps, because there's other stuff for Valerie, not just shooting a trap. Best Vals I've seen other than that are Dater, Cody. They're for traps at least, they're really good at shooting traps. And then even I'm gonna sound like a complete crazy person, but other than shooting traps, I would actually call X a good Valerie. So that's it for Valerie for me. But there's probably people like have forgotten or haven't like said here, but uh, the people I've forgotten, you're all good values too. So I can't remember everyone.
Best Jan in your opinion, Scooby?
I would give best Jan to Dom. 999 Jan. He's the Jan I like learned from. He always like had like stops the mastermind from like setting up. He's always trying to get like one step ahead of the mastermind, and like always like getting tens, 20s, so much like he's anti-arm like shooting skills and like flicking and turning on a camera, crazy. Like he's like it's very hard to play Nikolai for me against him. Like other than other Jans, like there's some other Jans that are also like really good. And then other than Dom, I would say probably like right next to him in terms of Jan. Uh, so because I can like do a lot of stuff he does, but I still he says that we're probably like equal, but I still think he's better than me because I think he thinks of stuff like even like bioenergy amounts and stuff. Like I don't think of that too much, and I think he overall is just like the best Jan, a little bit better than me.
Now, best Sam?
Best Sam. The best Sams I've seen so far are Pep because he's like 800 Sam. He kills. If I face a creature build and he's Sam, I don't have to worry because we're gonna win because he kills basically everything on the map. And if you're like buffing it, you can't do anything at all. And against like gun builds too, like he can like juke and stuff. And then what is it? He's also like good against. He just good against everything as Sam. And then other Sams I've seen like in videos and stuff that are really good are Cody and French Reaper. Probably like the best Sams I've seen in general, like terms of like juke and gun build. Just crazy watching them play sometimes. But I think that they're also like good at dealing with creatures. So for best Sams, I would say it's Pep, Cody, and then French Reaper. What I've seen so far.
Best Tyrone?
Okay, so best Tyrones I've played with. It's, I guess I would say, what is it? I would say Pep, and then I would say Adrian, because they use their shot well, they kick, they don't get farmed, like a bitch, and they just kill, they do, like Pep, like he kills, like he got, like from Sam, he runs like a damage build, he still like kills everything, and we can still beat Buffanet with 9 minutes even with Alpha Squad. So Beta Team OP, even losing to Buffanet and Amusement with Beta Team. And then other Tyrones that used to play like Roxy, there's probably others, but like Jared's also a good Tyrone that currently plays. But there's a lot. There's probably a few more, but there's not too many good Tyrones I can actually think of. So that's it for now for Tyrone.
And best Martin?
The best Martin I've probably seen playing. There's not really a lot of like good Martins. He isn't really like meta. Like he's not like not even like I've never seen him. I never really see him in a team. But from what I've seen so far, the best Martin I've probably seen is Gloomy Sunday because he always like makes Martin useful. He flashes like all the traps against like Infection Alex and stuff. He knows how to use his like abilities well, and the yeah, I can't really say much for Martin. I barely even play him, and I don't really see people like maining him or in teams and stuff. So that's all I can really say for him.
Okay, now best Becca in your opinion?
The only like competitive Becca player that plays like Becca in customs and stuff is you. So I would give that to you because you're the only Becca that you're 9/9 though too. Like you, like the only person that dares to play Becca in customs. But like you're a main character is her. So and you can like play well with her. You kill stuff like usually, and there's other Beccas that are like really good. Like it really just depends on like accuracy, but the majority of players don't even like they don't play Becca because she's not really like meta, but you still play her and stuff, and you're like the like only like good 999 Becca, I would say. So I give you best Becca.
Thank you, Scooby. And lastly, best Jill.
Uh, my answer is I'm the best Jill because I can farm all the cameras. I know how to perfectly time out of bioweapons whenever people get out of like bioweapons with like guns. I can dodge pretty much everything as long as there's no lag. I can run USB Jill or damage Jill. Like I can get a swap between, and it's all. I think I can like some Jills are also like I would say there's better damage Jills than me, like IDK. But in terms of both, I would say I can use both pretty well, and I would say I'm probably the best USB Jill. But there might be like a PC Jill I know of that might be like a better USB Jill, but that's really like. And then there's also like the Jills I know that are the best Jills are X, IDK. They're like really good at Jill. They know how to play her. They always combo with Jan. Like even like I do. Like I combo with Dom the best, I would say. But we also like pressure cams very well. Like even like another Jill, I would say like probably is like a top Jill is Uzu. Like I started playing with them recently. They're pretty good when they play well. So I would say it's them, and then other than me and stuff. So that's it. That's what I would say for best Jill.
And also, Scooby, why are we always stepping on traps? Tell them it's
Um,
because we play the fastest characters in the game and they don't know what that's like. So tell them, Scoob.
Okay, I step in the traps because I don't know how it works, but from playing Jill, you actually like inherit this thing where you just step in traps because I have a problem with paying attention to like the floor all the time because I'm always thinking about the cameras and prepping every camera on the map and having and sweating on all the Nikolais and trap boxes like a god tier player. So uh but I can't pay attention to traps when I'm doing that. So sometimes I'm just walking, and then in a random spot, for some reason, there's a trap, and I'm just like, what the fuck? But like the traps, like I think it's just something Joe players do, and I don't know why. But and then another reason, like yeah, we're fast. Becca and Jill are like the fastest characters in the game, so I think it's like a Jill head thing. But if you're like a fast character, it could also happen.
Now, any final statements or anything you want to say, Scoob?
Uh, not really. No, I think I answered all the questions and stuff. So. Unless you have any other questions you want to ask me.
Nope, that's good, man. I appreciate you doing this. Thanks, Scooby.
You're welcome. See you later.